second here. Give it a few minutes, let some people spill in, and we'll go from there. It's like 8:30. What are you talking about? Oh hey, it's Gamebox. What's up? Did you guys see I fixed it? Yeah, we'll get started in just a minute. I decided to put on some tea, and I want to get that before we start. Greetings. We'll get started in just a sec. Alright, I got my tea now. Good to go. Set that down and try not to spill it. Okay. Greetings there. Okay, gonna finally get started. I think I need something here. That's probably fine. Okay. I've got this eXtremeRate Joycon LED kit that I've been meaning to install. They sent this to me to check out, and I told them I'd do a video on it. I hope they're all right with me doing a live stream. That seems like more fun. So here's what we get inside this box. Got plenty of replacement screws. Hopefully I don't need those. But I do like that it comes with those little springs. Those things are very easy to lose. Comes with an extra LED ring, I guess, for the home button. And it comes with a D-pad in case you're using those shells, because the buttons it comes with have the normal 4-way Joy-Con stuffs. I'm probably not going to be using most of these buttons because the Joy-Cons I'm going to donor for this already have some clear buttons in there. But I do like that it comes with clear shoulders. That's pretty neat. All right. I was doing some reading before I started the stream because I didn't want to go in totally unprepared. I like what they've done with these. So this is the entirety of the kit. They've designed it in a way that you literally just wrap it around the motherboard, fold it up, and then plug it in. Like, there's no soldering, nothing. They've even got strategic bits of tape already placed for you. The downside to this method, however, is the instructions are quite extensive, front and back. But this is also like step-by-step disassembling your Joy-Con and then reassembling it with the kit inside. I am probably going to be referencing this off screen, but it's pretty nuts how in depth it goes. Like, it even shows you how to fold the thing up, which, since I don't know that, I will need to reference. Yeah, I've been meaning to check them out. Like, I've got a whole slew of these controllers too that are in need of some mods. I actually just reshelled one of these with one of the eXtremeRate shells. Came out pretty nice. I don't have it. I actually gave it to my niece because it was her favorite color. But I've got another one that we'll do video on probably at some point. They didn't provide this. I just wanted it. I thought it was neat. Oh, my cat's asleep, man. Or he was. Where'd he go? Oh yeah, yeah. My cat's asleep, man. Got their Game Boy Color one too. The video coming out on that soonish. Okay, anyway, let's get started. These are not interchangeable. So one is for the left Joy-Con, the other is for the right. Probably says right on there. L. R. So yeah. Okay. This is the donor. Alright. Switch is on, everything's fine. Joy-Cons are perfectly working. Let's see if we can't fix that. Yep. And we'll do one at a time, I guess. I guess I'll start with the right one. I believe that's the harder of the two. So, might as well make it as difficult on myself as possible. I reshelled these things a stupid long time ago. Like, I bought my Switch, I want to say early 2018, and I bought it right when the details of the hack were announced, like the first exploit, hence my jig built into my Joy-Con here. And eXtremeRate wasn't making shells at the time, or if they were, I didn't know about it. They have some now. I kind of want to check them out. All right. Oh, nice. I forgot I had done that. I forgot I had actually gone out of my way to make this disassemblable. And I put all the wires on that side. All right. Disconnect the battery first thing so I don't short stuff out with my tweezers. think I've got some eXtremeRate Joy-Con shells somewhere. I should mess with those. So yeah, I have no idea what this is going to do to battery life. I know it's certainly going to get worse, but if we believe eXtremeRate on it, then it shouldn't be that much worse. All right. Oh, but that doesn't need to come out. That's fine. Just the two? Just the two. Heck yeah, we're doing some LED mods. Oh well. Just pull all that out because it's so much easier. Alright. Which one am I doing? Right Joy-Con. Oh, they say to do the L first. So I'm on the wrong page of the instructions. I just want to make sure I get the fold correct. Because the R one, well, everything folds in the same direction, but the L one is not. Oh, it's interesting. There's a different revision from the one I have that's in the instructions. Looks like they added some cutouts. Fold frontward. How do they mean? Suppose I should do it on I think that's it. Sure. Oh yeah. Neat. They did pretty good with the alignment there. I'm gonna unplug these just for the time being. It'll be a lot easier to reconnect them before reinstalling that though. Alright. we need to get this perfectly aligned because there are a lot of screw holes that it needs to hit. But I think we're going to be good. It's not my favorite thing in the world that it goes right over the serial sticker, but I think it'll be alright. How is that supposed to work? That seems like a real pain. Did I do something wrong? Already? No, that's just how it is. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Got to bend right there. And it just like cocoons the probably not the order to do this in. That's bizarre. See, I know that's supposed to come up and flip around. I thought they would have made it clear that other connector, but it doesn't unless I have this misaligned, but it doesn't look misaligned because it's got to clear that button. Interesting. Oop. So yeah, this is RGB LEDs. Hence the microcontroller over here too. Alright. There. That in there. I'm trying to figure out the order of operations that makes sense, because this has to go under this, but this gets plugged in under this. I think this shoulder button assembly has to come off. And I don't know why they did that. Like, that makes sense for one, like the first assembly, but if you ever have to take this thing apart, it means you're prying off this button every single time. But I mean, I guess that's the way it is. Alright, let's carry on. V2 switch Joy-Cons. I didn't even know there were V2 switch Joy-Cons. That is a problem. Yeah, honestly, with how this kit is supposed to be assembled, it feels like it's designed as a one-time thing. Like, once you've got this assembled, good luck ever taking it apart again. Which, to be fair, I guess most people don't regularly take apart their Joy-Cons, so it's probably not an issue. There we go. Okay. I was mistaken. I was looking at the wrong one. It's fine. I forgot the lower one was the Joy-Con one. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I can see an argument for not using this adhesive, though. Because if you ever have to replace that Joy-Con, or the stick box, how the hell? Maybe that'll make more sense. No, I don't know. I think I need buttons, though. Namely... Oh. I do already have... What do I need from this? I don't need anything from this. I need this. In there. Yeah. Bend some of these LEDs up a little bit more so they don't get stuck inside the button. There we go. Alright, see, this is my least favorite part about reassembly. This basically just has to hang out here. Means I have to be a little bit more careful with how I handle this thing. Well, it's kind of tight. And this is why you buy a magnetic screwdriver. Or use one of the ones that you already have. Ta-da! I can't believe that worked. Oh, that is really wedged in there. It is very tight. I hope that's alright. Where's my pokey thing? I lost my pokey thing. Oh, here's another one. It's okay. Well, I guess it's not jammed under anything. Didn't move. Alright, let's put the button in. That one. I bet I was supposed to lay that down first. Oh, no. That's convenient. It is facing a totally different direction than I thought it was. But this makes way more sense. You see, this folds up and behind this, which makes disassembly even more difficult. But all right. Get the rumble back in. Oh, I feel like you gotta thread that through, don't you? There we go. Alright, we're almost there. Is the battery connector on backwards now? I guess so. Oh. Probably can't tuck that under anymore. Oh, but I can put it under the battery. I just like tucking it because of how it looks. It doesn't actually have to be tucked. Hmm. Huh. That's awkward. What happened? Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on. No. What's weird about that is this thing should still turn on. The LEDs should still turn on because the battery's plugged into it directly. What did I do? Well, if that's right, I I didn't do anything wrong except that somehow my Joy-Con is dead. Okay. What am I doing? No, it's not. 4.18. Interesting. That should be fine. Oh dear. I messed something up, and I don't know what it is. See if I can't mess up the other one. We'll circle back. One, two. I mean, worst case scenario, if I need spare parts, I have like a box with half dozen Joy-Con pairs in there. I've got parts if I need them. Oh, I probably should have switched to the clear membranes on the other one. I didn't even think about that. Whoops. I mean, that probably wasn't my issue, but still. And doesn't come with one for up there. Okay. So this one looked more complicated. This one. wait, I think I just realized I might be doing this backwards. I read both of those and that made perfect sense to me, but now I'm looking at it going, what the hell does fold back forward mean versus fold front forward? Screw it, we'll wing it. So that clearly goes like that, which means I've been folding these backwards. That's neat. All right, good enough. Oh my goodness, is it possible the other one came unplugged? Because that took quite a bit more force to install than I recall using on the other one. Scruffy looking RGB, yeah, eXtremeRate sent this to me. I didn't pay for this out of pocket. I got these all folded backwards. So I'm pretty sure that has to go up and over. Yep. Man, look at the way stuff crosses around. It's nuts. I'm surprised there isn't an adhesive on the back of this part. I wouldn't use it if there was, but I'm surprised there isn't. So far, there hasn't been a single bit of adhesive on this side that, You know what, Gib? Why don't you go take a potty break and we'll sit and wait for you. Because that's what I'm gonna go do. I'll be right back. It was bound to happen within the next 10-15 minutes anyhow. Now's as good a time as any. Alright. I am very confused by this. Is this one of those things that's going to make more sense when I look at the later steps? Yeah, it probably will. Good Lord, that goes under that. What? That's crazy. Okay. That explains that. I didn't think that went under there, but I guess in hindsight it makes sense. On account of, you know, coming with a thing for that button. Wow, that is insanely fiddly. Might help if I have the buttons facing there, or these folds facing the right way. Alright. Well, there we go. Put that on top. I don't think that's in exactly the right spot. If this looks fiddly, it's because it is. Okay. I think that's good enough. I don't understand how that's supposed to fit in. supposed to go in front. Or more likely, I didn't put that in the right spot. I don't know. It's kind of what mine looks like. I think it's too tight. And I think, slip it out a little. Alright, that's a little bit better. That should fit. Alright. Alright. Oh, wait. I gotta do this part first. No. I gotta do this part first. Okay. I was right. Then we can tilt that up. Weird place, but all right. Oh, I should do this one first. Whoops. So if we do the long one, and the short one won't lose any of its slack. That doesn't look like it's in straight. There we go. All right. Sure. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, nuts. I got it clicked in, but the spring's in the wrong spot. Oop. Pull it out. Probably be easier to just pull the button off and try lining this up again. Yeah. There we go. Got it that time. Alright. Alright, I think that's it. See how I've messed this one up. Hey, this time the Joy-Con works. That's an improvement. Yeah, buddy. I bet that effect would be cooler if this wasn't a clear shell. Alright. Find the instructions here. So, the very last page of the instructions, bottom left, turn on and off, SLSR for 5 seconds, change color SLSR for 1 second. Okay, that's easy enough. I mean, I wanted it on red, but let's see what else we've got. Oh wait, I turned it off. There we go. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. That's horrifying. Why would anyone want that? Alright, I guess I'm just going to leave it there for now. And it should work. All docked. Of course, you have to undock it to turn that off, and it stays on until you turn it off, so heads up. But let's go back to this one, I guess. See what the heck I did wrong. It's probably power related, since Joy-Con won't turn on and the LEDs won't turn on. Oh, yep, let's click that connector in all the way. Whoopsie doodle. No, nope, still nothing. Yeah, I mean, it can't really sync up with the console and know what it's doing and be solderless. It is what it is. There's no active standby rail on the Joy-Con itself that we can tap into without soldering. The Joy-Con, or the LED kit, has no way of knowing it's off because it's hooked up directly from the battery. So even if this thing gets too low, like to use the Joy-Con itself wirelessly, the LEDs might still work. I don't know if there's a low voltage cutoff on those or anything, but yeah, it would be neat, but unfortunately, with how they designed it, it's not doable. Alright. Unplug that. Where's the next? There it is. Is that it? I don't know if that's the fuse. It's probably not the fuse. The fuse is probably right there. The fuse is not blown. That connector is in all the way. Though I might have pulled the battery thing out of the plug. That might be why it wasn't showing voltage. Because the battery is almost fully charged. It looks like this should just be a straight pass-through, so if I plug my battery in, I should be able to measure voltage on the other side. Right here, but it's straight showing 0.372. I know what the problem is. Those sons of guns. I know exactly what the problem is. Oh, no way. Did they do that? Ooh, I'm mad. All right, check this out. No. Not a manual problem. All right, look at this pad that the black wire is soldered to, called BL positive. Right here, that if my battery were plugged into, would be connected up to this red wire. Look at this, this other pad right here labeled BL negative, that the red wire is soldered to. Or excuse me, B negative. Those sons of guns. That explains why I wasn't getting any voltage readings that made sense while the battery was plugged in. My tea is the perfect temperature. This is not going to go well. Solder free my ass. It's not like it's the easiest thing to take apart either. Oh shit, what's up? It's Alan. What's up, dude? Alright, now if we plug this in and it lets the magic smoke out, I'm still blaming eXtremeRate, but that would probably be my fault. Yeah. Thanks, eXtremeRate. Real cool. I'm so glad that Nintendo put reverse voltage protection in these things. Because their older consoles definitely did not have reverse voltage protection. Oh, I should swap that out. Well, you know what? Before I do it, ta-da! Vix. Alright. We're done, but I'm gonna work backwards for a little bit and replace the membranes that I forgot to replace. Oh, I hate this. I need another spudger. Just having to pull this thing apart and replace a fuse is not something I'm looking forward to. Alright. I don't even know if I can take this thing apart. Let's find out, I guess. Yeah, because this has to tilt this way to lift up so I can detach that ribbon, but this is stuck down. But I'm thinking, just come under it. Mayhaps. Excellent. Then this flips up. And then we can disconnect this. And this. And that does flip up because I didn't use the adhesive. It's almost like I knew I'd be in here again. That's going to be a pain in the butt to get reattached, though. Alright. We did it. As long as I don't disturb the buttons, I can do this without taking the main board out. Unfortunately, the buttons are sticking to the membrane. There we go. I got it. Oh shoot, which way was that facing? Okay. Sheesh. Oh, get in there. It's not seating. I can't really tilt it up and show you guys either because, you know, gravity. But let's try that, I guess. Yeah, boy! So yeah, definitely install the buttons and rubbers before you do anything else. Because if you have to go back and redo it, it's not going to be a good time, is it? Speaking of not having a good time, installing this ribbon was never fun. And I have completely forgotten the approach needed to even do that this way. Nah. I forgot this has to go underneath too anyway. Oh, that's why it's coming apart so easily. That screw post is totally destroyed. It's all cracked and stuff. I've been in and out of these things frequently. Alright. That thing is a right pain in the butt, but it's seated now. In hindsight, this board wouldn't be sandwiched in here so tight if I removed the paper backing on the adhesive. It's that tight. Yeah, man. I hate when you do that thing where you insert a ribbon cable into one of those flat flex connectors, and like as soon as you get the ribbon cable seated, or as soon as you go to try and slip the ribbon cable into the seat, it the bail closes. Drives me crazy. Upside down. Sorry, let me catch up on chat real quick. Gib, yeah, man, I should have sent this to you. You would have gotten it right the first time. It's my bad. Yeah, I'll show you guys the lights with the with my lighting off. I will show that. What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Just, oh, I'm missing this part. I gotta put that back. There's I've got some new shells for my Switch that gotta get installed sometime. Not tonight, but sometime. I got some of the machine ones. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Put that wiring in. That's just my multimeter telling me it's about to turn off because I forgot to turn it off earlier. Let me tuck you, please. There we go. I just don't want to look at it. Well, thank you. Thank you, Gib. I appreciate the $5. I'm a friend. Even though I know you're just hardcore shit talking me right now. Alright. Oh. Did you know that you can go beyond off? Huh. Now I know. Best part is if you use your Switch docked, holy cow, I cannot speak today. If you use your Switch docked, you just leave those on indefinitely and it just becomes a an ornament. Come on, there we go. Thingy. I had a handy. Of course I don't have a handy. Why would I have a handy? Man. How about this really neat Joy-Con grip? Oh, I know where it is. I found my pokey thingies. Never mind, it's not where I thought it was. Okay, disregard. It's this cheap little grip that you can slide your Joy-Cons into, and it has a USB-C port for charging. But, yeah, I think that's looking pretty sweet. Everything still works as expected. Have all my buttons. Suppose I didn't actually have to go into the game to do that, but that's pretty sweet looking. I mean, it does absolutely nothing for the function of the Joy-Con. If anything, it makes the Joy-Con less functional on account of getting less battery life. But, you know, if you're of the crowd that more RGB is more better, then this is pretty damn good. If I hated battery life, I wouldn't keep my Switch at 100% all the time. And yet here we are. Or rather, vice versa. You get it. Keep in mind, the camera is making them look a lot brighter than they would be normally. Oh, come on. On account of me having all of my lights off. Like, this is at minimum brightness, or I thought it was. I lied, now it's at minimum brightness. See how bright that looks still? I'm actually kind of disappointed I didn't get to use these buttons, but at the same time I like my custom cast ones. I also like the effort they went through with this foam insert. Alright. USB-C for this. You know, I keep trying to... Is that it? That's not it. Is that it? That is it. People keep asking for USB-C on the Slate. Here's a Slate. Slate has USB-C. This normal USB cable doesn't fit. Right? But if we swap that out with a low profile USB-C cable, which is literally this USB-C cable but with the shrouding cut off and heat shrink replacing it. I needed more slack on the cable, and there's not a lot of slack. Low profile works just fine. Problem is, I don't know where to get low profile USB cables, so we just said it's not supported. If I had a source for low profile USB-C cables, believe me, I'd be all over that, because I need them for keyboards too. Here is the keyboard that I use at my computer that I literally just unplugged this cable from. That plugs in no problem. This, a normal USB cable, does not fit. But we got a low profile USB, keyboard just works. Huh? So yeah, if anyone knows where to get Low profile USB-C cables. Hit me up. I am interested. But Slate does work with USB-C. I've just been saying it doesn't because most people don't have cables that'll work with it. So like, part of the problem, what the hell did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Like this specific USB-C mod is also for audio. And, oh wait, that does work. Well, never mind. I didn't think that fit. But that is also low profile. So clearly, someone makes low profile USB-C cables. Anyway, no more Slate talk. Let's talk let's talk Nintendo Switch. Yeah? Did I publish that video of the other one I fixed? I don't think I did. If the port can be angled or elevated, that would work. There is a USB-C mod in the works that I'm pretty sure it's still in the works, that will put the port higher up within the footprint so that it'll work with more cables. There's also already one existing, but it's DIY. The one I'm referring to is not going to be a DIY one, or at least the USB assembly will be fully assembled, and you just have to swap it into your Game Boy. But the other one I'm talking about is bare PCB files, and you have to order from like Osh Park or something, and then put the port on the board and then reassemble. It's kind of tricky. I've never done one, but I've seen them done, and it's very fiddly. Which is one of the reasons I haven't done it yet, but it's not impossible, just not the easiest one in the world. I'm happy with that. I think that went smoother than I expected. Like, I know there were certainly issues. Especially because eXtremeRate put the frickin' battery thing on backwards. Jesus Christ. But, you know, once I got that sorted, it did actually go together somewhat easily. I know I struggled with it a lot, but they're Joy-Cons. I probably would have struggled with it anyway, even without putting that in there. So, yeah. RGB everything, right? Now it matches my Game Boy Color. I guess I'll hang out for a few minutes if y'all have any questions about this or other stuff. You have until I finish my very large pumpkin spice tea. They are not brightness adjustable. So keep in mind with the colors that I have red buttons in here, so the colors are always going to look different than, well, I suppose we could just look at the shoulders here. Well, that's nice. Not with the buttons I have in there, but that's nice. Oh, there you go. There's the rice mode. Maximum rice. It's 2002 all over again. It would be neat if they could sync, though. You sit there wondering, what are they syncing about? Ah, and they reset every time. That's even worse. Yeah, it's a shame they don't go back to the same setting when you turn them back on, but I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, it's a pretty manual thing no matter what. Oh, hey! I think that's a coincidence that they're synced. Oh yeah, because this one looks a little bit faster. uh, that Game Boy Color half-height stuff that I just shown off, those shorts I just published. That was just a personal project for me. I have zero plans on doing anything with that. I can't really release it because it's not my design, and I can't really sell it because it's also not my design. I just made it, sure, but that was just for me. Um, if you want one, everything you need is already out there, but I can't share the one that I made. To be honest, I kind of don't want to. It was just a me project for fun. What's funny is how much faster this one is going now. Like they're not even, they don't flash at the same rate. I don't know if that's intentional or what. I think that's how they got synced in the first place. No sinks head empty. I don't even know where there's stinking carts are. Is this one? No. It's an Inside Gadgets cart. Oh, here it is. Ta-da! Gold version. Continue. Save in front of the house. Silver version. And we're still in front of the house. Ta-da! No, this was just for me, just for fun. I don't think it's... Like, I think it's such a niche thing. I don't think it's worthwhile having them made, especially since they have to be made from other carts anyway. Do I think I could design a better LED kit that remembers the color choice and turns off with the Joy-Cons? I could, but it wouldn't be no solder. Like it would require soldering. And it's not something I could do cheap, and quite frankly, since eXtremeRate is already basically there, I mean, I'm not even gonna bother. Like, this is already a thing you can go and buy. I don't know how I would be able to design it cheaper or easier to install. Only thing I could do is add different features. So I'm gonna not do that. But for the most part, it's probably just as simple as adding a, he says just as simple, but there's not a lot of room to work with. If they could add an EEPROM, they could save it, but looking at this, wonder if there isn't already an EEPROM. Unless that's the microcontroller and I'm just not recognizing it. I don't know. I'd have to look at the design a little bit closer. Yeah, Joy-Con's still on. Turn that back on, it defaults to red. Yeah. So the LEDs and the Joy-Cons are powered totally separately. The Joy-Con is off, but the LEDs are still on. So it's not power saving, but you know, if you're going to an event or something and want to show off your console, you know, like if you have something full custom like I do, which I don't know why people would do that, but I'm sure it's a thing people do at like Smash cons? I don't know. Gatherings? Whatever Smash players call their powwows. Could be neat. How likely is that reverse battery cable a one-time thing versus a mass production issue? That's a good question. And I don't know the answer to that. I haven't heard of anyone else having that specific issue, but I also don't hang out in crowds that usually look at this sort of thing. Like, most of my friends are into Game Boys, and that's usually what we end up talking about. Not to say I'm not into Switch stuff, I just tend to hang out in Game Boy Discords and such. I don't know. All I can say is it's probably worth checking, but I can say with confidence that it's not going to kill your Joy-Con. It's just going to not work. And it is pretty easy to figure out on account of... Actually, it might kill your Joy-Con. Mine is... Is it this one? No, it's the right one. My right one is modified. When I went in there to do this RCM thing, originally I had messed up and shorted something out and I had to replace the fuse. Mine has, I believe, a resettable fuse in there now. If it happened to this one, I'd probably be replacing the fuse. Maybe not. It's not something I'm interested in trying because reverse battery polarity normally shouldn't happen, so normally it's not a built-in protection. Like if you pop your batteries in backwards into like a Game Boy Color or something, you'll blow out the reverse polarity diode, which will save you from blowing up the rest of the Game Boy, but it also won't work anymore until you fix that. I don't know. I think it's neat. I gotta look into this because I'm curious if the Joy-Con rails provide power while the Switch is powered on, but in standby or something. Because if so, you could just leave these on indefinitely if you have a docked Switch. My Switch does not have custom firmware, but it is a V1, and I have messed with it quite significantly, if you can tell by my amount of free space on the system. It's custom hardware, but it's running all stock software. The Joy-Cons charge in standby. Yeah, in that case, then you could probably just leave them on indefinitely if it's docked. If it's not docked, it's certainly gonna die eventually, but whatever. I think it's neat. I like it. that be healthy for the battery going through a constant discharge? Well, yeah, but the whole point is the Joy-Cons switch over to external power when they're plugged in. So this is not running off the battery. Well, actually, the LEDs might still be running off the battery. So no, yeah, that's probably not healthy for the battery. But like I said, this is not. You don't install this for improved performance. Opaque shell with clear buttons. Yeah, that's probably the intended target for these. But I don't know. I like it. My buttons don't transmit as much light as I thought they would, despite being transparent. Like the D-pad has glitter and stuff in it, and that one's transmitting more light than ABXY. It's funny too because there's already a LED in the home button. Now there's another one. So for context, these are smoke shells. They aren't like regular transparent. They are darker. Eclipse Gaming, I don't know what that question means. You'll have to provide more context. If you're asking me if I'm running custom firmware, no, this is just all stock. I mean, aside from the eMMC, I did have to run custom firmware to swap that out, but once it was swapped and set up, I restored it to stock. Yeah, I don't know what the LED in the home button is supposed to be for, but I've only ever seen it when you connect these things up to your PC and use JC Toolkit, which, by the way, is how you change the colors if you want to do that. It's pretty easy. You know, I never checked this. I wonder if I saw before I assembled it, I saw there were some extra solder pads on the ribbons. I wonder if there are extra features if you do decide to solder it up. I never actually read through the instructions. Let's find out. Spend a couple minutes doing that. Yeah, they recommend watching their video before doing this. Basic hand-on skills required. I'd say it's I think you need a little bit more than basic skills. Joy-Cons are quite fiddly. Nah, it doesn't say anything about any extra features. I didn't think so. Would have been neat, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll channel their inner Game Boy modder and just come out with a new kit every month. Then again, this is probably an older kit because they did reach out to me like 2 months ago to do this. By the way, eXtremeRate, if you actually watch this video and you get this far into the stream, I'm sorry for putting this off so long. But I'm digging it, so thanks for sending it to me. Do they have a Switch Lite one? That'd be pretty neat. I've got a Switch Lite in my junk bin that needs some work. I've got this thing that I was thinking about reshelling on account of the touchscreen being bad, and we have to pull it apart anyway. But the console itself has been repaired. But this thing's all scratched up. It does work. We can pull that out, but probably won't for the time being. But no touchscreen, obviously. But if they had one, I do already have a shell for this. I just don't have a replacement digitizer. Or we could just replace the digitizer and call it a day. But this shell is not in the greatest shape, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to replace it. Suppose I'll let that charge too, because it's almost dead. Unable to connect to the network. Okay, maybe I didn't fix it. We could always just install these LED kits. Like all the buttons and such are in the exact same spot. So it should wrap around just fine. We'll just have to wire up the SL and SR buttons to something else, and I guess run that directly into one of the battery rails. Search for network. We shouldn't need to search for network. There it goes. Oh yeah, no, it's a single board on the Lite for the right, and then the left is a daughter board. Like it's not Joy-Cons in this thing. It is very not. Oh, but these are membranes, so that won't work. These are tact switches, but the Switch Lite uses membranes. Never mind. We can't do one-to-one, but I don't know. Maybe someone's working on something. I'm not too worried about it. If someone makes a kit, I'll do it, but I don't think it's worth trying to shove one of these things in there. It'd be one thing if the Switch Lite also used these little clicky tact switches, but since it's membranes and contact pads, I don't want to have to deal with that. Cool. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh. Did it update? I think it did. So yeah, it is still working. I was just being too impatient. All right, cool. I think I'm gonna call it a night. was a good stream. I think it worked out. I dig all the RGB. And wow, is the chat delayed on my computer. Holy cow. I haven't been looking at my phone at all. I've just been watching the stream on my computer. I think my computer is a solid 15 seconds behind my phone. I thought the whole point of live was not that. Like, yeah, I know footage is going to be delayed and whatever, but the chat itself is different by like 15 seconds. Oh well. Sounds like a me problem. So anyway, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks again to eXtremeRate for sending these to me to check out. There's a link in the description. They're pretty neat. I guess just double check that your battery connector is on straight before you install them. Because as long as the battery connector's on right, they work great. And I was definitely intimidated by the instructions, but it was actually pretty straightforward. Good instructions too. I like the full color pictures. Anyway, I'll catch you all later.